A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a stark warning that reverberated across the continent, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte addressed a conference in Berlin, urging European nations to prepare for a potential conflict with Russia akin to the wars endured by previous generations. Rutte emphasized that complacency could lead to disastrous consequences, stating, "We are Russia's next target. I fear that too many are quietly complacent. Too many don't feel the urgency. And too many believe that time is on our side. It is not. The time for action is now." His remarks come in the wake of rising tensions and military escalations in Eastern Europe, particularly following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Rutte's call to action highlights the pressing need for increased defense spending and military readiness among NATO allies. He warned that the threat from Russia is not a distant concern but a pressing reality, with the potential for military aggression against NATO forces within the next 5 years. "Conflict is at our door. Russia has brought war back to Europe, and we must be prepared," he declared, urging member states to bolster their armed forces and production capabilities. The urgency of Rutte's message is underscored by recent developments in the region. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has reportedly engaged in discussions with European leaders regarding a peace plan for Ukraine, which includes proposals that could see the restoration of Russian energy flows to Europe and significant U.S. investments in Russian resources. This has raised eyebrows and concerns among European leaders, who are wary of any moves that might compromise their security in light of ongoing Russian aggression. Irish Finance Minister Simon Harris echoed the sentiment of urgency, stating that Europe must take decisive steps to immobilize Russian assets to fund Ukraine's defense. He noted, "The funding need is urgent. We need to make sure Russia pays," emphasizing the necessity for a swift decision on the matter. The European Commission has suggested utilizing frozen Russian assets to raise funds for Ukraine, but legal concerns from Belgium regarding the handling of these assets have delayed progress. The geopolitical landscape is further complicated by internal divisions within European nations regarding defense strategies. Poland's Justice Minister Waldemar Żurek highlighted the need for deeper military integration within Europe, particularly during Trump's administration, which has seen a shift in U.S. foreign policy priorities. Żurek's comments reflect a broader debate within Europe about the balance between reliance on NATO and the necessity for a more autonomous European defense strategy. As military aid to Ukraine has seen fluctuations, with some nations increasing their contributions while others have reduced support, the situation remains precarious. A recent report from the Kiel Institute indicates that military assistance to Ukraine has significantly decreased this year, raising concerns about the country's ability to sustain its defense against Russian advances. On the ground, the conflict continues to escalate, with reports of Russian mechanized attacks in the eastern city of Pokrovsk. Ukrainian military officials reported that Russian forces are attempting to seize control of the industrial Donbass region, further intensifying the ongoing conflict. In a broader context, Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orbán remarked on a new U.S. national security strategy that acknowledges Europe's declining status and calls for a reassessment of transatlantic relationships. Orbán's comments reflect a growing recognition among some European leaders that the continent must confront the realities of its geopolitical standing and take proactive measures to secure its future. The stakes are high as NATO members grapple with the implications of Rutte's warnings and the evolving dynamics of the conflict with Russia. As Europe faces a potential return to large-scale warfare, the call for unity and increased defense readiness has never been more critical. The time for complacency has passed. The time for decisive action is now. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.